I forgot to hit record in the last one. Oh man, what a day to start a podcast. Seriously, what a day to start a podcast. Why today? I don't know. But, well, now that Charlie Kirk has been assassinated, I was going to work on my other podcast, but I thought, today should be the day because I can't keep my mouth shut. I'm going to be sitting in here talking to myself anyway, so I might as well share what's going on in my little lady brain with all of you. So, welcome to Little Lady Brain, where I don't watch what I say because I don't give a fuck. And if that sounds like something you could roll with, then do hang out. And if you can't tolerate my mouth and my sense of humor and then you're welcome to keep going. The next one down the line might be more your style. So, but if I popped up in your algorithm, it must be for some damn reason. So maybe if you sit through it, you might find that I got something that was worth listening to. I'm riled up because that assassination of Charlie Kirk, and I didn't necessarily agree with the man. I didn't agree with 90% of the shit he said. I didn't. But I did agree with a few things. And he did actually make me sit back for a second and reevaluate some personal beliefs. And that was shocking to me, actually. And it wasn't anything I sought out. Like, I didn't even know his name until probably last year. But he'd gotten to me probably a couple of years ago because I just caught a conversation and I was like, oh, well, that guy's got something worth listening to. And then I listened more to him and I realized I don't really like his style, really, and way of going about things, but not my circus. Actually, my circus, but not my. Anyways, so I just chose not to listen to him most of the time. But that did not. I didn't stand up and cheer when he got shot. In fact, I thought it was horrible. I thought it was fucking horrible. There's tons of kids out there who were there that day, who, regardless of whether they agreed with his ideology or not, whether they were there to argue with him and look like idiots like most of them do because they are not well spoken and they're not quite educated well enough to stand up to some of the things. But then he's misguided too, and so you get two misguided people. But regardless, they're traumatized now. They're all traumatized because they had to witness the murder of somebody. They had all that adrenaline and all that fear because when a shooter shoots, they usually take out way more than one target. So it's scary. Those are kids that have grown up with the threat of a school shooting, and however many of them have been through school shootings. That's terrifying. So then they got PTSD. Then we made it complex, and I'm sure there's psychs just flicking Xanax at them like it's Tic Tacs, and teachers too, and faculty and staff and everyone who was there. And if we cheer for that, if you are one of the people that's like, yay, there's something fucking wrong with you. And that's a devolved mentality. And I think there's going to be a lot more now that is going to ripple through. And that is just the first one here. I mean, France has had its thing going on because they're French, and my God, they storm Versailles every 5 minutes. But they don't seem to storm Versailles very well because it doesn't stick. Or it would have stuck when they stormed Black Rock and they got blacked out in the media. That, anyways, another story. But so many countries are finally standing up against what's going on. Thank God. I wish we would. Standing up against Trump isn't doing it properly. In fact, half you idiots don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. And you are horrible at your arguing. I heard two black women put down a dude on a news debate thing the other day because dude sat at the table, said that the KOL that they were listening to, or the doctor who had done I think he did a resignation. The guy who dresses in a gimp suit most of the time was talking about women as pregnant people. And the two gals were like, there's no reason to be upset. Those bitches would have slapped the taste out of somebody's mouth if they were pregnant and someone called them a pregnant person. That is such a derogatory way to refer to a woman. I mean, hello. Would you there is a whole lot of disrespect globally in every religion in every corner of the world against women. Women are shit on everywhere. There's not a safe place on the planet for a woman anywhere of any nationality. It doesn't matter if you're Native American, it doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter what shade of brown you are or what shape your eyes are. If you're a woman, you're game. And there's no safe place on the planet for a woman or a young boy at all. Women and children are expendable, and they're actually slaves. And now they're organ donors, whether they want to be or not. Which brings me around to the whole Epstein thing. Well, everyone's bitching and complaining, wanting the fucking list for the Epstein thing, which you're never going to get, you dolt, because one, you're a peon. Who's going to give you a list? Are you high? What the fuck are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? You're going to go after them when it's all of the judges and all of the people who run everything. You're going to tell them to what? Get themselves? Put yourself in jail. The fuck kind of drugs are you on? Pass them out. Share. Because I want to be in that blissful ignorance. Because the truth of the matter is, you're not going to get the fucking list, you retard. It's been 20 years and now you're bitching about the list today? Wow. Hello, where the fuck have you been? Why are we not focusing on the victims who are still being trafficked? Why don't we get a list of those names and go rescue them and get them out of that situation and save them from the organ harvesting that they might have to go through this weekend because they're getting prepped for giving a kidney to some government official? Which, by the way, who caught the hot mic with the leader of China and the leader of Russia when they were sitting down at the whole like BRICS meeting a couple weeks ago, or maybe just last week or the week before, and mentioning that they could just get organ swaps and live until they were like 150. Oh, we thought Putin was going to die. Like, what, 2 years ago, we thought he was on his deathbed. Everyone thought he'd been assassinated. He was probably just getting an organ transplant so he could keep going because he's just going to keep swapping them out and getting new ones. That's gross. But we're not at all concerned about the victims that are still being trafficked. We're focusing on the wrong fucking thing, don't you think? Where's the task force to go out and rescue them? Where is that at? Why is that not a topic of conversation? Why are all these little vigilantes hanging out around ICE? Why don't they utilize their, I don't know, their passion to want to do something and go rescue victims that are being trafficked? Don't they matter? Don't they matter? Don't they matter? Not the traffickers, but the ones being trafficked. Why are we not saving them? We see people in trucks that have been packed in, that have been smashed, that are like half alive because they've been smashing each other with the weight of each other. Like they're at one of that sick ass concert that people died at from that musician who's still singing and raking in money at shows. What the fuck is that all about? It's gross. So gross. So gross. We don't even focus on it. We don't focus on it. Why? Isn't that a decent use of our time? Or have we devolved so much that we cheer for the death of this guy and now we're going to cheer for the death of more, right? Because there's going to be more. Now that we've drawn our weapons, how soon is it before these protests become violent? Now they're just annoying. They kazoo you in the ear and they spout ignorance and they cuss without even knowing how to use swear words. I heard one guy that was Indian, and I swear to God, it was like he learned all the swear words just so he could say them. And he said them like my 8th grade son did before I got him a book on how to swear properly. so that you could enhance your sentences as you should. They should be seasoning for your sentences, an enhancement for your passion. They shouldn't just be like, oh, fuck, 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 fuck. What's a fascist? I don't know. I'm not really good with words. You're here to fight fascism and you don't even know what the fuck it is. Okay. I know that common sense is a flower that does not grow in everyone's garden. But when you're out there doing it, just because the neighbors are doing it and you want to support your community, how are you any better than Hitler Youth? How are you not what you hate? How are you not a fascist? Let's look up that word, shall we? Let's look up that word. What's the word fascist mean exactly? The cool thing is I can spell it. Can you spell it? Can you spell fascist? Wonder. A follower or proponent of fascism. That's great. We got that much right. A far right. Okay, that's great. Far right, far left. And extreme. How about we just say extreme? Because I mean, left, right, I don't know. Does it matter? It's extreme. Left-handed, right-handed, anything. It's extreme. Ultra-nationalist, authoritarian political philosophy and system of government characterized by a dictatorial leader, a single party, a totalitarian state, suppression of opposition, as you cheer for the death of Charlie Kirk, who again I didn't agree with either, but he didn't need to die because I didn't agree with him. There's how many people do you not agree with on a daily basis? Just kill them all? The fuck is wrong with you? Suppression of opposition and extreme nationalism. Okay, so extreme nationalism is something we lack because we are not for ourselves. We are so brainwashed by whatever that we are cheering for our own demise. We're out there protesting for our own death. You can't see that though, right? Because you've been talked into committing self-eugenics. You've been Charlie Manson into mutilating your body, into completely throwing away rational science. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't have to agree with gravity. I mean, if you don't agree with biology, why should you agree with geology? Or any ology for that matter, because your opinion trumps actuality, which is bizarre. So I don't care what language you use. I don't care how fancy you think you are going to talk or how passionate you are about your genitals. You're wrong and you're acting like a fucking retard and you are a disgrace and you are an embarrassment to your mother and you are disrespectful and an abomination and you are so absolutely completely shitting on your mother. How many of you have shit on your mother? How many of you been talked into going no contact with your mother simply because everybody else is? What the fuck? Why are we doing this? Why are we against women? Again, globally, there's no safe place for women, and everyone's being talked into not even giving a fuck about women. Even women are saying that it's okay to call us pregnant people. When Handmaid's Tale came out, I was absolutely, no way. We're so close that could happen. No way. No way. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Just because we haven't gotten all of our sex trafficked folks in outfits like the red cloak, still wearing them. Those are the ones that we need to get the list done, guys. We need to get the list of the victims that are being trafficked, and we need to rescue them. And not rescuing them will lead you to the people who are doing it. Dumbasses. Dumbasses. Liam Neeson was smarter in Taken. Even he should speak up and go, "Well, did anyone watch my movie? Did anyone watch any movie on kidnappings?" You rescue the victims and you find out who the perpetrators are that way. Duh. Do you now see what sheep really are? When you're not even paying attention to. So whoever's orchestrating this whole thing and staying one step ahead of us is absolutely brilliant. I actually admire the brilliance of the thought process that has played the long game to get us here. And I am curious who and why and what they stand to benefit from the devolution of us, from us just becoming dumber and dumber and dumber. We've suppressed so much knowledge. We've disallowed ourselves to be curious. We refuse to learn anything. We're not allowed to dig up stuff and look at it and learn and be like, "Ooh, that's cool." We can't. We lie to each other, all for the sake of what? Money? We can't eat money, right? Chief Seattle said so, and he was pretty right. And here we are. And we're going to totally take ourselves to the end of Universe 25. Do you know what that is? It is an experiment that didn't need the replication 3 times of most tests. It needed a much more lengthy longitudinal 25 times, or maybe there were more. Ratopia, where they took and they made a utopia for mice or rats or whatever they decided to use it on, because it was the same outcome all 25 times. It was the same outcome all 25 times. Very interesting grid to look at, because it actually looks exactly like the singularity. It is the same hockey stick. It is the same left turn every time. Overpopulation, violence, cannibalism, sexual deviance, and then there are the pretty ones that were protected somehow. They were brought food and they were catered to because they were pretty and they spent most of their time preening. And you looked at them and they had beautiful clear eyes, but they had zero thought process. They would have died from lack of self-care were it not for them being taken care of. And in the end, they went extinct. This happened outside of the experimentation in Monterey Bay. Somehow the bay got closed, and locked in otters. And I'm so glad I'm so glad I've never witnessed any of this, because I'm just too soft-hearted. But it happened to the otters. They did the same thing. They overpopulated. They became violent. They were cannibalistic, sexually deviant, and had the beautiful ones. And then they all died. If you have 2 cells rubbing together, you picked up finally on Idiocracy, right? I saw that far too soon, above everybody else. I saw that so long ago. I thought when it was supposed to come out, it was supposed to come out in all the theaters, but it pissed off so many corporations. It was only allowed to come out in, I believe, 6 theaters nationwide, and it went straight to DVD on. Yeah, so I ordered it on Netflix when you had to get the DVD in the mail. Yeah. Anyhow, so if you see the parallel with Idiocracy, can you, just in the brief explanation that I gave you, see the parallel with Universe 25? Because we're doing it. We're doing it now. We're doing it. And it's horrifying. And it's just wrong. And Trump isn't a fascist. If you read this, he's not. He's not. In fact, those who say he is actually are. But the frightening thing is, when Elon first got involved with all of this, his whole point initially was to rescue it from being a one color, from it being shifted to only blue because of the mass immigration here to vote falsely for blue so that blue could be totalitarian, the only color. And we would have been okay with that. We would have been okay with that. Were we just so complacent because we have our easy button? So as long as we can order DoorDash and sit in front of our big TV, fuck it, right? Just put the shackles on me and give me a pizza, right? Just give me my shackles and my blue screen. I'll be fine. Throw me a pizza. Okay. But now that the blue is being so bizarre and they're losing people on their side, it jeopardizes us into only being Republican. And we don't want that either. We need to have diversity in choice. We need to have different opinions. We need to have people who don't agree with us. We need to have people who don't agree, that so that we can have diversity in our, so that not all one side is in charge, or we are giving ourselves over to Darth Vader, and that's not what we want. And it won't be Trump. Clearly, he has not had his organs switched out. Clearly. Or if he has, I don't know, only Melania would see those scars. So, but I don't hate the man. I did not know that I didn't hate him. I did not know that I didn't hate him until I started to pay attention. And then I was really shocked when I had friends who, of course, I will excuse them for being busy because they work so much that they're not seeing the big picture. They're only seeing the headlines, and they're only listening to their friends, and they're not paying attention to the bigger picture. They're not seeing it. They don't see it. And I don't even argue with them over their error, because it's not my job to teach everybody, but I need to get my opinion out there. So I'm not here to teach you either. And hopefully you scrolled on by, or you don't have to. You don't have to listen to me. And if you stayed, and if you're pissed off and I'm just riling you up and getting you angry, why do you want to be angry? Go do something else. Go do something that feels good. Go do something that's actually fun. Go do something that makes you glad to be alive. You don't have to listen to me. I don't care if you don't listen to me. I don't. Again, gravity doesn't care if you don't believe in it. You can scream, I don't believe in gravity, all the way to the ground. And then you'll bounce. And you never had to agree all the way. You don't have to agree that the earth is round or flat. It's flat all the way around. Thank you, Dutch Sense. That was great. That was funny. It's flat all the way around. There's still hope. There's still time. There's not very much. I mean, it's like Indiana Jones running from the bull. We might make it, and we might get run over by the bull. It depends on how many of us have enough love in our hearts to remember that we are more than what we think we are. We are organic intelligence. We are OI, creating AI to be smarter than us because we're fucking lazy. We don't even know what we're capable of. And if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. We have physical capabilities that are beyond what we think we can do, but we all can. And all we have to do is try. Well, what do I mean? I don't know. I mean, think of any, not everybody makes it to the Olympics, right? Some people are superhuman and they can do amazing things. And you wouldn't think it was possible if you didn't watch it, if you didn't go to the X Games or watch the Olympics or even the trials. You would never believe, or watch Stephen American Ninja Warrior or the old gladiators or anything, even any sport, any sport. People do phenomenal things that just seem absolutely impossible, and we think it's amazing, and we don't know what we are capable of because we've been so oppressed and suppressed that we haven't even known that we could try. And we'll give up our humanity because we're lazy. How sad is that? How sad is that? Well, if it's true that we chose to be here, we are in for a show. Hang on, guys, because the ride is about to go. The doors have been closed and there's no more people allowed on this train. It's about to go. It's ticking all the way to the top. And I think we may have just hit the first apex. It's going to be a wild motherfucking ride. Wonder how many times we get to go around. Get our money's worth, so to speak. It's going to be a show. We have aliens. We have politics. We have people who are confused about their genitals and have been talked into cutting them off. I heard a person who had regretted their decision at 14 to have a double mastectomy and hormones that altered them in irrevocable ways, complaining that the doctor should have given them more information on the long-term effects of what they were going to go through instead of just slapping them with gender dysphoria and putting them under the knife. And I'm sorry, but I've worked in surgery, and you need parental consent. So where the fuck was the parent, and why was the parent in no way, shape, or form held responsible by that youth who's now 20? Why are you not asking your parents or your guardian the fuck they let you do that? That's not protecting you. It's not protecting you. And that's, again, so many people lack accountability and honesty. It is literally insane. But then again, here we are living in utopia, headed for dystopia. It's sad. We do have time though. So if anything that I said so far has resonated with you, awesome. Cool. That's neat. And unexpected. I don't expect to have many people agree with me at all. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care like gravity doesn't care. Gravity doesn't care. I don't care. I don't care. Say whatever. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me unless I let them. And I've transmuted so much shit. It is sometimes taking me, past couple years was like the hardest. I had to transmute something really hard. Oh boy. I turned myself inside out. I didn't think I was going to make it. I did not think I was going to make it. But here I am. Here I fucking am. So yeah, if you want to see me keep going, hit the like, and that would be interesting, for sure. And subscribe, because I've been wanting to do this for a hot minute. There's plenty. I should just do react. I should just do react on this because, oh my god, there's so much react to where you're like, oh my god. But, or I'll just make fun of it and talk shit. I'm really good at talking shit and being inappropriate. So That's a warning. All right, I'm out. If you hung in there, I do love you. No, even if you don't agree with me, even if you hate me, don't care. I don't care. I still love you. I still love you, and I still really want this to turn around, and I do want this to be what it could be. And man, oh dear, it could be so rad. It doesn't have to suck. It could be so rad. It could be so rad if we stopped for a minute and we changed things and we found respect for the woman who put us out into this world, regardless of my mom was a total horrible person. She was a cunt. She was a drunk, horrible cunt. She was blacked out most of her life, blacked out drunk. She didn't even know what she was doing at the time. Ugh. Yikes, it was bad. But I still could not disrespect my mother. I still love her, even if she was a total bitch. I mean, I still loved her. I still loved her. I still wanted to see her have a happy ending, which she did not have a happy ending. There's still hope for a happy ending. There's still hope for a happy ending. There's still a possibility if we can step out of worrying about what the people around you think and you actually think for yourself and you're brave enough to be you for real. If you're brave enough to be you for real, if you can do it, there's so much possibility. Next time you drink a glass of water, because there is nothing on this planet older than water. Nothing on this planet is older than water. It's been everywhere. It's been on a mountain. It's been in a glacier. It's been in a flood. It has seen and done and known everyone. When you pray over your meal, if you do that, that's cool. Now get a glass of water and put your hands on both sides and ask it to not only hydrate you, but remind you, help you remember everyone it's ever been. Help you remember. Help me remember. Help me connect with every living thing on this planet, because water is more connected than anything else. I love you. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next one, because, oh yeah, my bitches ain't done yet. My bitches ain't done yet.